Increasing lead conversion rates. Literally something every single business wants to do, whether it's to maximize their ad spend or organic content, so they can put more of the leads that opt into their funnel onto their sales team's calendar and ultimately generate more revenue for the business. In this video, I'm going to be sharing 5 tips or 5 things that we've either done for our business personally or for our clients' businesses that have made a drastically positive impact on their lead conversion rates. Before I get into the video, my name is Nick from CRM Crew, and we help coaches, consultants, and agencies make CRM implementation eye-wateringly profitable. If you'd like to learn more, check the link below. Tip number 1 that I want to talk you through is actually speed of response to a lead. Now, there's some crazy statistic out there that says if you don't follow up with a lead within 5 minutes, I think the drop-off rate is like 500%. I'll put a graph on the camera or on screen now so you can see what I'm talking about. But with all that being said, how do you actually increase the speed of lead conversion rate or someone following up with a lead when they've opted in? So firstly, you need to put it in a system. It doesn't necessarily have to be a CRM system. I mean, that is preferable because then you have data tracking. But you could just put it in a Slack channel and just have that automated. So you'd use Zapier or some other tool like Integromat or Make, which is the same thing. And as soon as someone opts in, so if it's an inform on Facebook or maybe on ClickFunnels, it then automatically goes into the Slack channel and the CRM system, one or the other or both. And also, if you want to speed up the response even more, you could send a text message to your appointment setters as well. If you are doing that, you just need to take into consideration assignment of the leads. So is it a round robin? Is it per lead? The appointment setter gets assigned. It depends how your organization is operating, but do take that into consideration. But the more notifications you can give your appointment setters and when a new lead has come in, and the more available you make those leads, the faster that they're going to be able to react to the new lead. Now, I would strongly recommend having 5 minutes as an absolute maximum for lead response. What you can also do is, if you want to get really sophisticated, and something that we have implemented for one business, is KPIs for speed of response on leads. So if an appointment setter reacts to a lead at a certain pace within 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, for example, they get a bonus, especially if they book the call. So they have a speed of response bonus on top of the cost of the appointment setter booked meeting as well. So they'll have a commission on the speed of response to a lead, so they're actually incentivized to respond to a lead faster on top of the commission that they would get from booking a meeting. But the only way you can track that is with either a CRM system or quite a sophisticated setup, one way or another. We've done it in a CRM system in the past, but that is a really good way to incentivize the appointment setting team to get onto leads faster as well. Because you know, as a business, as soon as you get past the 5-minute mark, you're in trouble, or that ad spend is very quickly just being wasted because you've generated the lead, you've done the hard work. So why waste the lead by letting it sit in a system or Slack message or text message for 20, 30, 40 minutes? You know that they are directly available to respond to you because they've just opted in. So they're sat on their phone or on the computer or browsing YouTube or whatever they might be doing. So interrupt them as quick as you possibly can. So that's one thing, increase speed of the response. How do you do that? Through notifications, making it available to the team really quickly through automations and integrations, and then notifications to all of the team, whether you round robin it or you have it like I've seen some people just do it completely open, and then an appointment setter has to grab the lead. And then if you want to get really clever, incentivize KPIs or create a KPI structure around speed of response as well. Number 2, auto follow up with emails. This is pretty obvious, pretty standard. Most people don't do it for whatever reason. Just have a email sequence that is automated upon a lead opting in. I would recommend, and we've seen this work really well in the past, maybe sending 3 emails in one day. I know that sounds absolutely crazy, but it does work. And then maybe 2 emails a day after, and then another, or maybe 2 more emails a day after that. But when you are doing that, you need to be sending the prospect value. So it's the less annoying if it's helpful. If you're just sending them, book a meeting off the back of this email, you're not going to get very far. But if you're just sending them content that they might find useful, especially if you've got a good niche and a good offer, I think that's going to make a massive difference. We've seen that work in the past. So these follow-up emails can either be plain text, that works, a combination of the two as well, plain text and then HTML being more marketing emails, plain text more salesy, as if it's an actual appointment setter trying to get in touch with them. But be top of mind, be present. That means that if you're not able to get the speed of response dialed in, they're still aware of you. You've not completely disappeared, because they're still getting your emails. You could send text messages as well if you wanted to, but have the value-based emails being sent out on top of your appointment setters get into that lead within the first 5 minutes. So number 2 is obviously the emails. Automate it. Use ActiveCampaign, MailChimp. Is it MailChimp? Yeah, I think it is. Let me check. Yeah, it is MailChimp or MailChimp. There are loads of other email providers, or you could do it internally. Again, you want to just integrate that. So whether you're using a CRM system to track the leads and then push that over to your email marketing platform, or they go straight over to your email marketing platform, there's loads of different ways to do it. But definitely have like 3 emails going out in one day, 2 the next day, 2 the day after, all value based, all around the offer, all explaining how you can help them. And then at the end of each email, have a small call to action, but don't push it. But you stay present, you stay top of mind when they've opted in, and it gives your appointment setters more of an opportunity over the coming days to follow up with them time and time again. Top tip number 3, this is a bit of a crazy one. We recommend a minimum of 8 to 12, maybe 14 touch points per lead. High, I know, but you'd probably want to do that over the course of maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days, potentially 10 working days. I wouldn't go any further than that, but for sure, 8 to 12 touch points per lead. So when a lead opts in to your funnel, whatever it is, your appointment setting team do not want to give up on that lead until they've not been able to get in touch with them after 12 attempts. And by attempts, I would literally just mean phone calls. The way we would do this, so that's just the top tip. The way we would do this is structure an automated sequence of tasks that are assigned to the appointment setter that owns that particular lead. And then they would be reminded every few hours to follow up with that particular lead, especially if you've got a high volume of leads coming into the system, whether it's CRM system or you're managing them in an Excel spreadsheet or Slack. Have an automated sequence that tells the appointment setter they need to follow up. And then in terms of cadence, the first 3 touch points want to probably be, you could probably try in the same day, depending on the time in which they've opted in, or within the first 24 hours. And then slow the cadence down, but definitely do not give up on like touch point 3 or 4, because you've got eight more touch points that you could hit that lead. And it might be only on the 12th touch point that you actually get hold of them, get that meeting booked. And if you had given up a lot earlier, would have been a massive mistake, because that lead would have gone to waste. 8 to 12 touch points per lead for sure. And then the way I would operationally manage that is through the automation of tasks, based on the status having not changed and the time in which that lead has been in the CRM system. You would say 3 hours later, if status has not changed, then assign task to appointment setter to say follow up with the lead. That would be the best way to manage it. And if your appointment team are on it, then there shouldn't be a problem. That is only going to become cumbersome and painful, and the volume of tasks is going to get very annoying if your appointment setting team are either overwhelmed or a bit useless. Tip number 4, lead assignment. When a new lead opts in, you want to assign it to your different appointment setters. I personally, I've seen use cases for a free-for-all. I'm not the biggest fan of a free-for-all for appointment setters. I think they should be assigned just like it would be assigned to a salesperson as well. So I would do lead assignment based on the location of the appointment setters, and the way I'd work out location is based on the phone number code, but for sure do lead assignment per appointment setter. The other option you've got, if it's all based in, let's say, the US or one country, the UK, then you just do a round robin. So each appointment setter gets one lead, and then they get the next lead goes to the next one, and the next lead goes to the next appointment setter, and the next lead goes to the next appointment setter, and so on. Just keeps going as a round robin, because you want to make it fair at the same time. Otherwise, one person might grab all of the leads, leaving the other appointment setters with nothing. So take that into consideration. You can, if you want to, also be favorable on your preferred appointment setters when doing the round robin. So maybe you have one appointment setter that outperforms everyone else. You could double assign them if you wanted to. But yeah, that's something to take into consideration, especially if you're using a CRM system. And trust me, that will make lead conversion much more effective. I think the premise, or the point that I'm trying to make, is ensure that your appointment setting team are working to the time zone that they're working in, because then you're significantly increasing the chance that they will respond within 5 minutes of the lead opting in. The 5th and final tip is lead scoring. You should score your leads based on as many data points as you can possibly collect. Now, you may not have any if they've just opted in for the first time, you've never heard of them before, but if they're part of an email marketing list and they've been opening your emails, or maybe they have come from a particular source that you know delivers high quality, or they're far more likely to convert to a booked appointment, then you should score these leads. Then with the scoring, you should create a list inside of your CRM system that ranks the leads to get in touch with by either their score or a combination of the score of the lead and also when they opted in. So a more recent lead and then a high scoring more recent lead should sit above in terms of a list inside of your CRM system that the appointment setters can work from. So then they are targeting the most active, the most likely to convert. So lowest hanging fruit is always the easiest. So if you can get to those people, then you're going to get way more appointments booked on the calendar just by being more efficient with the resource that you have, just ensuring that you're engaging with the people that are most likely to convert. That definitely would be something I would implement, is the lead scoring structure. So you have the scores available to you, the time added in, and then your appointment setting team are working off the people that are highest scored. So that's the easiest to convert onto the calendar, and then they can work through the harder ones as well. So those are the 5 tips that I have to increasing lead conversion rates. Hopefully this video has been helpful. Like I said, my name is Nick from CRM Crew. We help coaches, consultants and agencies make CRM implementation eye-wateringly profitable. So if you would like to learn more, check the video below. Thank you and goodbye.